For decades, Toyota built its reputation around one simple philosophy: control the process, build efficiently, and rely on your own technology. From the legendary Toyota production system to the Prius, the company became a global leader in manufacturing and hybrid vehicles. But now, something unexpected is happening in China. A Toyota sedan driving through Beijing can have a battery developed by BYD, one of Toyota's strongest competitors in the electric vehicle market. At first glance, this may look like a major defeat for Toyota. The company that once dominated hybrid technology is now using technology from a Chinese rival. But the reality is much more strategic. Toyota isn't surrendering. It's adapting to survive in the world's largest and fastest-changing EV market. By working with BYD, Toyota can use technology that is already proven while it continues developing its own future battery technology. So why did Toyota make such an unusual decision? And what does it mean for Toyota's future in the electric vehicle industry? China's EV revolution. For decades, Toyota focused heavily on hybrids and hydrogen technology rather than fully electric vehicles. The company believed the global market would take more time to move completely toward battery-powered cars. China proved otherwise. Electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids rapidly became a major part of China's new car market. Consumers began moving away from traditional gasoline vehicles much faster than many established automakers expected. Companies such as Toyota and Volkswagen suddenly faced declining demand for some of their traditional vehicles, while Chinese EV manufacturers were launching new models at an incredible speed. For Toyota, the message was clear: adapt quickly or risk losing its position in one of the world's most important automotive markets. What makes this situation remarkable is that Toyota wasn't an inexperienced company. It was one of the world's most respected manufacturers, famous for efficiency, reliability, and disciplined production. Yet China's EV transformation was happening so quickly that even Toyota's traditional manufacturing strategy couldn't keep up. The entire automotive industry was changing, and Toyota had to change with it. The battery problem. The biggest challenge was the battery. In an electric vehicle, the battery is one of the most expensive and important components. Controlling battery cost, quality, safety, and production efficiency is essential for building a competitive EV. Toyota had two options. It could build its own battery ecosystem from the ground up, or it could work with an experienced battery manufacturer. Building everything internally would require billions of dollars, secure supplies of raw materials such as lithium and nickel, new factories, advanced production technology, and years of experience. The problem wasn't that Toyota couldn't afford it. The problem was time. While Toyota was developing its battery infrastructure, Chinese companies were already producing and selling millions of electric vehicles. Every year Toyota spent catching up was another year its competitors could gain market share. Money can build factories, but it can't instantly create years of manufacturing experience. That's why partnering with BYD became such an attractive solution. Why BYD's history makes the partnership even more interesting. The company didn't begin as an automaker. Founded in 1995, BYD originally focused on batteries for mobile phones before eventually entering the automotive industry. That background gave BYD something traditional car manufacturers had to spend years developing: deep battery expertise. BYD also built a highly integrated supply chain, allowing it to control much of its battery production and vehicle technology internally. This helped the company reduce costs, improve production efficiency, and develop new technology quickly. One of BYD's most well-known technologies is its Blade Battery. The Blade Battery was designed with a strong focus on safety, durability, efficient packaging, and cost reduction. Its design allows BYD to make better use of available space while maintaining strong battery performance. For Toyota, access to BYD's technology offered an important advantage. Instead of spending years trying to develop every part of the EV battery system from scratch, Toyota could immediately work with technology that had already been developed and tested in the world's most competitive EV market. This doesn't mean Toyota has abandoned its engineering philosophy. It means Toyota is buying something even more valuable than technology. Time. And in China's rapidly evolving EV market, time may be Toyota's most important resource. The partnership with BYD should therefore be viewed less as a surrender and more as a calculated strategic move. Toyota can learn, compete, and remain relevant in China while continuing to develop its own next-generation technologies. The real question isn't whether Toyota needs BYD today. The bigger question is what Toyota plans to do once it no longer does. Now let's look at the chemistry behind BYD's Blade Battery. Many premium electric vehicles use NMC batteries made with nickel, manganese, and cobalt. They offer high energy density, but they can be expensive because of their raw materials and may have greater thermal management challenges. BYD took a different approach with LFP, or lithium iron phosphate. LFP batteries use more affordable materials, have strong thermal stability, and can handle thousands of charging cycles. Most importantly, they don't depend on expensive nickel and cobalt. But BYD's advantage isn't only the chemistry. The battery's physical design is equally important. Traditional battery packs usually place cells inside separate modules, which creates additional weight and unused space. BYD's Blade Battery uses long, thin cells positioned directly inside the battery pack. This cell-to-pack design removes the traditional module stage and allows the battery to use space much more efficiently. The result is a compact battery with improved packaging efficiency, reduced bulk, and strong durability. For Toyota, this combination is especially attractive. Toyota has always focused heavily on reliability, safety, and cost efficiency. A battery that offers long life, stable chemistry, and competitive production costs fits naturally with Toyota's philosophy. The nail penetration test. One of the most well-known demonstrations of the Blade battery's safety is BYD's nail penetration test. The test involves driving a metal nail directly through a charged battery cell, creating an extreme short circuit and physical damage scenario. With some conventional battery chemistries, severe damage can cause rapid temperature increases, smoke, fire, or thermal runaway. In BYD's demonstration, the Blade battery remained comparatively stable after being punctured, without bursting into flames. This highlights one of the major advantages of LFP chemistry, its strong thermal stability. For Toyota, safety is extremely important. The Toyota brand has been built around reliability, and customers expect its vehicles to remain dependable even under difficult conditions. A battery designed to remain stable after serious physical damage provides an important safety advantage. The lower cost of LFP technology is another benefit. China's EV market has become extremely competitive, with manufacturers constantly cutting prices. Toyota therefore needs technology that can deliver both safety and affordability. The Toyota BZ3. The Toyota-BYD partnership didn't happen suddenly. In 2019, the two companies created a joint venture focused on developing battery electric vehicle technology. The goal was to combine BYD's EV expertise with Toyota's vehicle engineering and quality standards. The division of strengths was straightforward. BYD contributed its knowledge of batteries, electric motors, EV platforms, and software. Toyota brought its experience in vehicle engineering, suspension tuning, quality control, and manufacturing. The Toyota BZ3 became one of the clearest examples of this cooperation. Designed primarily for the Chinese market, the BZ3 combines Toyota's exterior design and vehicle engineering with BYD's battery and electric drive technology. The important point isn't simply the car specifications. The BZ3 showed that Toyota could enter the rapidly changing Chinese EV market without spending years developing every component from scratch. Instead, Toyota could use proven technology from BYD and combine it with its own engineering standards to bring a competitive EV to customers much faster. That is a major strategic advantage. Competitors working together. The Toyota-BYD relationship also demonstrates how much the automotive industry has changed. Toyota and BYD are direct competitors, yet they are also working together. This unusual arrangement is often described as co-opetition. Competitors cooperating when doing everything independently is no longer the smartest option. The traditional automotive strategy was to protect your technology and avoid relying on rivals. But the EV industry moves extremely quickly. Battery technology, software, manufacturing methods, and vehicle platforms are constantly evolving. Developing everything internally takes enormous amounts of money and, more importantly, time. Toyota needs speed. BYD already has that speed and experience in the Chinese EV market. At the same time, BYD gains something valuable from working with Toyota: global credibility. Cooperation with one of the world's most respected automakers strengthens BYD's reputation as a serious technology partner, not simply a Chinese car manufacturer. So this partnership is about much more than a single battery or one electric sedan. Toyota gets access to technology and speed. BYD gains international recognition and validation. And both companies are proving that, in the rapidly changing EV industry, working with a competitor can sometimes be the smartest way to stay ahead. That kind of partnership gives BYD something money can't easily buy: global credibility. Working with a company as respected as Toyota strengthens BYD's reputation as a serious technology supplier. It also creates another business opportunity. Instead of relying only on its own vehicles, BYD can sell battery technology and production capacity to other automakers, turning its manufacturing strength into an additional source of revenue. So when you look beyond the headlines, this isn't really a story about one company rescuing another. It's about two companies with very different strengths. BYD has developed major expertise in batteries and electric vehicle technology, while Toyota brings decades of experience in engineering, manufacturing, quality control, and brand trust. By combining those strengths, both companies can move faster than they could by working completely on their own. Toyota is buying time. Does Toyota's partnership with BYD mean the company has abandoned its ambition to lead in automotive engineering? Not necessarily. A better way to understand the strategy is pragmatism over pride. Toyota is willing to give up some short-term independence if doing so helps it remain competitive in China's EV market. Rather than spending years rebuilding an entire battery ecosystem from scratch, Toyota can use existing technology today while preparing for what comes next. And that's where solid-state batteries enter the picture. While Toyota is using current battery technology in vehicles such as the BZ3, the company has continued investing heavily in next-generation solid-state batteries. Toyota has targeted the second half of this decade for commercial applications of solid-state technology, with ambitious goals for longer driving range and much faster charging. The potential is significant. Solid-state batteries could offer higher energy density, faster charging, longer range, and improved safety compared with many current lithium-ion battery technologies. If Toyota can successfully bring this technology to mass production, it could give the company a major advantage in the next stage of the EV race. A two-stage strategy. Once you look at Toyota's strategy from this perspective, the plan becomes much clearer. First, use BYD's existing technology to compete in China today. That allows Toyota to respond to the EV market without spending years building every part of its battery ecosystem from zero. Second, continue generating revenue from Toyota's enormous global hybrid business. Toyota has built one of the world's strongest hybrid businesses, giving the company a major source of cash while the EV transition continues. That financial strength can then support research and development into technologies such as solid-state batteries. In other words, Toyota isn't necessarily trying to win every stage of the EV transition with the same technology. It can use partnerships and existing solutions to compete in the present while investing in technology that could shape the future. That's a very different strategy from simply admitting defeat. Toyota is effectively buying itself time. Instead of spending all its resources trying to catch up immediately, it can stay competitive today while preparing a potentially bigger technological move for tomorrow. The bigger lesson. The Toyota-BYD partnership also reveals something much bigger about the modern automotive industry. This wasn't necessarily a sign of weakness. It was a pragmatic decision by Toyota to remain competitive in a rapidly changing market. At the same time, the partnership demonstrates just how far BYD has come. A company that originally built batteries for mobile phones has evolved into a major player in electric vehicles and energy technology, one that even established automotive giants are willing to work with. And Toyota's decision reveals another side of the company. Toyota is often associated with caution, consistency, and long-term planning. But when its position in a critical market is threatened, it can move much more aggressively than people might expect. The bigger lesson goes beyond Toyota and BYD. The automotive industry is gradually moving away from the old idea that every successful manufacturer must build everything itself. Today, supply chain flexibility can be just as valuable as complete self-sufficiency. Companies that are willing to partner, share technology, use outside expertise, and adapt quickly may have a better chance of surviving the enormous transition toward electric mobility. The winners won't necessarily be the companies that insist on doing everything alone. They will be the companies smart enough to use every advantage available to them, even when that advantage comes from a competitor. Because pride doesn't win market share. Adaptability does. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next video, where we'll explore how BYD transformed from a relatively unknown battery manufacturer into one of the biggest forces in the global automotive industry. And now, here's the question. Was Toyota's decision to work with BYD one of its smartest strategic moves in years? Or does it reveal a deeper weakness in a company that once prided itself on complete independence? Let us know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.